This is a Symposium podcast with Wright and Romero.
Welcome to another episode of the Symposium podcast, episode 34. Jesus, really? Yeah.
34.
We here. On the other side of the table, let the people know who you are, sir.
Go by the name E. Wright. Thank you all for joining us. Welcome to the Symposium. Hope you stick around, like, subscribe, comment, whatever. All that. Kick it back to you, my man.
You know what it is? Rose gold in the building. Got the gold on me. Got the thing in the cup. Don't ask what is in there. Gigi is not here with us. She is in a new location. This is a very special episode for multiple reasons. But we'll get into that shortly. But as always, to the people, we're glad you're here. My man, good to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
Welcome to the party.
Very refreshing.
Yeah.
Very refreshing.
Yeah. So quick check-in as always.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Not bad, man. I got no complaints.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. I'm caught up with some things from work. Coming off of a, can't say vacation, I say adventure. Yeah. Was out in Utah for a little bit.
Yeah, how was that?
Fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was. It was better than what I expected. Climbed some shit, saw some things. Surprisingly beautiful.
Yeah.
I
hear Utah is like real beautiful, man.
Yeah. No, nothing against Utah. I just didn't know. I didn't know it was popping like that.
Yeah. What made you go out there?
Danny G, her sister, she was going out there for camping.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, "You guys should come," jokingly, and we said, "Yeah, yeah, no, we'll do this. We're with the shits."
Yeah.
So we camped out there for a few days. It was a great time. What a wonderful time. I have pictures. I'll show you later.
Bet.
So yeah, I'd say I'm at a 9.5. The only reason that it's not at a 10 is because brother's got some things to do. That's it. Other than that, I'm fucking geeked. What about you? Where you at, man? How you feeling?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm it's kind of low. Couple weeks been up and down, but it's life.
Yeah.
It's life. It is what it is. But
I'm digging
good.
that shirt, by the way.
I'm good. Thanks, man.
Respect.
I'm good though. Can't complain. Busy weekend though. Busy weekend.
Yeah.
I literally just wrapped up a class that I still have to do an assignment for, but then I start a new one on Monday, and this is my last weekend to like really kick it because we start back up work. I'm going back to work on Monday, so not too excited about that. But look, I'm dreading it a little bit, low key. But but it's been a good summer, man. It's been a good summer. So this is the last weekend. Probably just hang out with my wang out,
I dig it. I dig it.
Go out with a bang. But other than that, man, I'm alright, man. I'm blessed, man. Just moved into a new location, hence why this is a special episode, because this is the last one in the red room.
Last one in the red room.
Last one in the red room. I know we've been bouncing back and forth, but this is special because this is where we started, So
this is it.
yeah,
for real.
Had to end it here for this, just for this location, but we still rocking, So new location coming, dope apartment. You'll see it today. Dope apartment.
I'm excited, bro. I really am.
Got my nephew finally his first room, man.
Finally got his own room. Official.
And and it's just like it just make you like all that I'm doing, just doing for us, and then it just make it worth it, bro. Like man said, man, I always dreamed of having my own room, but my own bathroom too. This gonna be legendary.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that hit me like, dog. He's grateful, He's grateful for something like that. Like that shit's small, like, but to me, it's like, but to him, it's everything. You know what I mean?
And that's a good kid. So,
yeah.
And from
so
where
that made me feel good when he said that, man.
That's wonderful news, man. I'm very happy for both of y'all.
Yeah, man. So
y'all came up.
Gigi was in that bitch confused as hell, like, why my shit here? She looking like, where is this? Why my shit here? She stepped around the whole thing 20 times. I'm like,
yeah,
please just don't use the bathroom in here. It's like, But nah, man. But other than that, man, you know, I can't really complain, bro.
Let's go, bro.
Can't really complain, you know. We grinded, man.
Well, good for you, sir. I'm glad you are continuing to see. Continuing to receive blessings.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful stuff. Glad you're doing all right. It was bound to happen sooner or later. The summer was gonna come to an end.
Yeah.
Fucking great summer. I just can't wrap my head around it. I'm like, man, this summer has been dope.
Seemed like it kind of came and went though, but yeah.
Yeah, for real. But
it's been a good time, man.
yeah. So on that note, should we get into the news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. It's gonna be very late, people.
Yeah.
We don't really have that much. Well, we don't really have articles.
We've been busy, man. Niggas been busy.
Niggas been busy. But trust me, we do have some news for you because there have been things to take place.
Waves going on. I should have been like, every time I see something, I'm like, damn, I should have wrote that down. But I'm like, man, I got shit to do. So we'll figure it out.
This is not a news podcast.
Right, exactly.
It's a mental health one, and we talk about pop culture and shit.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Right.
On that note, what happened? Fucking Kanye. This genius and asshole, he was out in Chicago, had his listening party out there for Donda, again, of course.
Mm-hmm.
This time, this man built his childhood home?
Yeah.
He had his childhood home built in the stadium in Chicago. Like, he had his childhood home built. So during the entire listening party, you just see this nigga kind of just pacing around and, yeah, being Kanye. On top of that, he had people out there. He had the baby.
Mm-hmm.
He had Kim Kardashian out in the wedding dress.
Yeah.
Very theatrical.
I'm pretty sure Marilyn Manson was on that stage too.
Yes, which I am very confused about.
Right. Like it is like a gospel, but you got Marilyn Manson.
Right. Can we explain the duality there?
Right.
What is?
I don't know.
I'm like, yeah, you on some satanic shit right now, nigga. What's happening? And I'm not even saying that because Marilyn Manson is there. It's just like, what you on?
Right.
Because especially with the mask, like I thought we were done.
Yeah.
Yeezus dropped many moons ago. I thought we were done.
Yeah, I'm kind of over the mask and shit too, but
But outside of that, Donda still hasn't dropped.
But okay, look at it this way though. Like we bitching about his antics, but that motherfucker really is like onto something, bro. He's literally okay. So first off, you know how much money he's making from these?
Oh God!
Like already, right? But then he's literally making the album. It's like a beta, like a test run. Like
sure,
he's literally testing the album. Like they not fucking with this. All right, I'll just update it again. Like in live time though, like in real time though. You know what I mean? It's like it's a beta. Like all right, so the first one in Mercedes-Benz was Donda 1.0, right?
Yep.
Boom. Updated some shit. He got the live reactions. Updated some shit. Boom. This next one. Donda 2.0. You know what I mean? Same shit. Updated it. Even the lyrics probably changed, updated. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
He's doing it in real time, bro. That is crazy.
That is true when you think about that.
Yeah.
That is very.
It's like a beta. It's like he's weird. He's live testing us.
Well,
like,
it literally is a beta.
Yeah.
You're basically getting a beta show.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, bro, that's wild. Like just to think of that, and he's still generating revenue from that shit. You know what I mean?
That's the biggest thing too. Like, you gotta give credit where credit is due. These listening parties that he's doing, not only selling tickets, but on top of that, just streaming them, like just doing live streams.
Yeah.
We're even like this, like, all right, nigga, this is great. Just drop the album, drop the album. People are getting excited. He's getting buzz from this, so we know that an album is coming. So now, not only are people anticipating it, but it's just word of mouth now. Mm-hmm. Even if you didn't watch the stream, someone is gonna tell you like, "Oh, you see a stream? You didn't see that? Whatever, nigga. Drop that album." So I gotta give credit where credit is due.
Exactly, you do.
Like,
But
you-
goddamn, bro.
You on to something, yay.
Yeah.
I just can't continue to give you my energy
Right,
anymore,
right,
man.
right.
Like,
Now I just want the music.
I
bro.
just want
Like,
the music now.
I'm not clicking no live stream. I'm not doing none of that. Just give me the music, bro.
The conversation. Okay, so E and I, we had a brief conversation because I hit him saying, Ye was having a live stream. He was already on it.
Yeah.
And you said, can I share this with people?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Go ahead.
This is just, I just found this hilarious because this nigga, like, we were on the same energy.
Right.
Where is it? Oh, he said, and I quote, bro, he in Chicago at Soldier Field with a replica of his childhood crib in the middle of that bitch. Already grossed over $1 million on these live shows. But it's like everything sounded great, and then he topped it off with this. Fuck him, man. He a genius, though.
For real, bro.
I was like, yeah, right on the noggin.
He's a genius, but fuck Kanye, bro.
Like, he's great,
Yeah.
but you know.
It's just like, dude, like, come the fuck on, bro.
So that's Kanye.
Yeah.
That's Kanye news. Outside of the nonsense with Kanye, Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem, Family Ties. They dropped their, it's actually Baby Keem's song called Family Ties featuring Kendrick Lamar. Woo! That's some heat. You hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Some heat.
But to furthermore that, Kendrick is coming.
Oh, yeah. Big, like.
So that's like and we don't gotta get into all that right now. I mean, we probably could really get here.
We should absolutely touch on that.
But now it's a whole Drake, Kanye,
Yeah.
that shit, and then now Kendrick is inserting himself.
Oh, we're
He's coming.
definitely
Yeah.
talking about that.
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
We're definitely talking about that.
So it's gonna be something, man, because he put a little letter out. He got some, like, Kendrick about to come with that shit too.
Did you hear the lyrics in Family Ties? What he said? Smoking on your top 5?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah. He coming, bro.
Blood is going to be spilt very soon.
Kendrick coming, bro.
So yeah, if y'all haven't heard it, y'all need to catch up.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little later in the episode, though.
Very good. So that's all I have as far as news in general. Excuse me. I'm not going to touch on this too much. I'll actually leave a link to a news article where you can hear about this. But as you know, there's a lot going on over east.
Yeah.
In Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff there, but we're not gonna get that heavy.
I'm not too privy. Like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Just be reading some shit.
Mhm.
But yeah,
We're not gonna.
Let's drop a link.
We'll drop a link for y'all so y'all can check that out.
Shit is tough, man.
So, yeah. Outside of that, that's what I have. E, what do you got for the people?
I guess we can talk about Little Marvel Universe.
Fucking right.
Bro, that that first one, that Spider-Man No Way Home
Yes.
trailer. You see this shit?
Yes.
Bro, that shit was fire.
Yeah.
So that brought me back to our conversation a couple episodes ago where you said Peter Parker might die.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking, like, they might bring Miles Morales on that one, right? If I'm not mistaken. Or maybe not. But yeah, so I don't know that too much. But the one theory I saw, which made me kind of get to thinking, was the whole Doctor Strange shit.
Okay.
Like, it's a theory, and it's just a theory, so I can say it, ain't no spoiler, no nothing. There's some people out there that don't believe that's really Doctor Strange, which makes sense.
Really?
Yes.
I'm very interested about that.
Yes,
Yeah.
because just the way he acting, like if you've seen the trailers, no spoiler, but like the real Doctor Strange wouldn't just fuck up the world like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And so I saw some online where like it might be Mephisto.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that kind of made sense. That kind of made sense to me, cause I'm like, oh, okay.
Damn, that's
Pull
interesting.
it up, man. I Okay. Yeah, so Mephisto, so it's a demon who rules over a hell-like realm in the Marvel comics to show up to the MCU for a while. There is also a lot of talk that he might turn up in WandaVision, but he didn't. Or Loki, which he didn't. So they thinking that this Spider-Man's No Way Home is where it comes. So like Doctor Strange was willing to change the world to make everyone forget that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, right? So even though we hear that the spell is dangerous, why would Doctor Strange do it, right? Isn't he more responsible than that? And then that's thinking like maybe it could be Mephisto in disguise. You know what I mean?
That's possible. Now that you even put that into play,
Yeah. Which would be crazy, but
oh my god, now my mind is all over.
Yeah. For real.
Any other news from Marvel or just that?
Just that for me.
Okay.
Now. Yeah.
So let me kick my nerd brain in real quick. So to answer your first question, no, I don't think Miles Morales is going to show up just yet.
Yeah. Okay.
If anything, we'll probably get an end credit special. We might see like a glimpse of something or some sort of foreshadow. That's as far as that's as far as I can see it. But I do believe with No Way Home, you are about to see. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but there's a. Yeah.
But keep your thought.
I can't remember what they're called, but it's like I don't know if it's a Villainous Six or something. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's got Electro, Doctor Octopus, or Doc Ock,
right?
Goblin and Venom, all those guys.
Like, see, it was like a glimpse of that trailer too that looked like it could have been Venom, or it could have been Venom or Lizard Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they're setting that up for No Way Home. But we all know that this is coming. It's going to be trippy as fuck because we're about to see all three Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
We're about to see all of them.
Yeah.
So that's definitely about to go down. And I still stick with my theories. Tom Holland Spider-Man, he's going to die. I don't think he's going to die in this one.
Okay.
It'll probably, honestly, I think it'll probably be movie 6.
Okay.
Because I heard like Tom Holland had like a 9-movie deal for Spider-Man. That's very excessive.
Oh damn.
I would say 6 tops, and this is why I say this because the way that they're setting it up, you're closing out. You're finally ending a big question for all the years. Like, okay, we had Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, we had Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and now we have Tom Holland. It's like, how the fuck do we have 3 Spider-Mans? Okay, so you made the Spider-Verse. All right, so you're finally settling that. Now I'm really about to get nerdy. So those 3 Spider-Mans are very different from one another, right? Just variant-wise, but comic book, they are very different. There's the Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, and then there's Ultimate Spider-Man. Spectacular Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire's. Actually, I'm lying. The Amazing Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire's. Spectacular is Andrew Garfield's. And Ultimate Spider-Man is Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Now, here's why I say Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to die. Because he goes up against the 6, right?
Yeah.
And the transition from Peter Parker to Miles Morales happens with Ultimate Spider-Man. Therefore, it's bound to happen. Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to die in order for Miles Morales to take over.
Right.
So that's my theory. Y'all fact check me, let me know what y'all think. But it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. So.
No, that shit looks dope.
But the Doctor Strange theory, I didn't even think about that, honestly. No clue, so. Right.
We'll see.
I'm very curious to see what happens there.
We'll see.
Fuck. There are 2 things. It could be Mephisto, right? See, now that you said that, there is one thing that I think of. Because I was thinking about villains, right? The next big three.
Yeah.
First and foremost, what's that nigga's name? He's huge dude. Got like
Doc Ock?
nope. He's like big. Galactus.
Oh, okay.
Galactus. I think Galactus will be the the big villain.
Okay.
The big villain. Like that's the next Thanos.
Yeah.
But before him, I'd say the next big Marvel villain that everyone faces is Kang the Conqueror. They've already foreshadowed that.
Yeah.
The one after that, I originally thought it would be Doctor Doom. But now that you threw this out, I'm like, oh shit, what if it is?
Right.
What if it is? Oh boy. So time will tell. I'm interested to see who it would be. Would it be Doctor Doom or would it be Mephisto?
Yeah.
So y'all let us know. Hit us up on the socials.
Right.
What y'all think? Those are my theories. Anything else for the news?
No, that's news to me.
That is news to me.
Kept it light today,
Absolutely. Now, we have a very special guest for y'all today. Like I said, this is a very special episode.
Yeah.
My man said this is the last time in the Red Room, and we have been planning this one for some time now. So, we're going to get back to y'all in a minute once we find this nigga, and we'll get to it.
All right, man.
See y'all in a bit.
We'll be right back.
All right. We're here. It's finally here.
We're back.
As we've already said, this is episode 34. Now we're really about to get into it. This is part 2 of why this episode is so special. E, my man, could you tell us who's here in the middle of us?
I'll let him do. I'll kick it out. Well, first, introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Ben Yalke.
Okay. Benny, good friend of mine, real good friend of mine. How long ago Rocket been?
Probably like five.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years, right?
Yeah, long time.
But the funny thing is, like, I always think about with me and Benny is, I met Benny through you know what I mean? And it's, you know how it happened when, like, all right, you meet like a genuine like dude that's just like y'all just like y'all, you know what I mean? Same similar interests and all that, and then you ended up like our situation.
Yeah.
So I met you through
Yeah.
and I ended up hanging out with y'all more than like me and y'all hang out more than me, you know what I mean? More than y'all hang out with but yeah, you know, this is like crazy. It's so dope, you know what I mean? It's so dope. But Benny, welcome. First time on the Symposium, not the last time, I hope, but
Hope not. Welcome to the party, sir.
cheers, brother. So yeah, we just wanted to talk about just entrepreneurship, and you got your own stuff going on, and just a little bit of background about that beyond that. But then we're gonna keep it casual. Benny is he's an avid music listener like myself, so like yourself. So we want to chop it up about what's going on with music right now too, and just kick the shit, man. It's the weekend,
First things first, my man. How we like to start things here, we always do check-ins. We just want to know what the vibe
This
is.
is also like a mental health
Yeah.
podcast.
100%.
We really, yeah, I didn't mean the air quotes. That was kind of.
No, you're good.
Yeah, but
We're big on that.
we're big on checking in on mental health, and so.
How you feeling, man?
Man, I've been really good. Slow grind with the business.
Mm-hmm.
Fully booked. Nothing to really worry about. It's just like kind of go in, go out, day to day cut. Feel healthy. Daughter's doing well. She's going into 5th grade. I don't know, man. Everything's
Shout out Riri.
Yeah, shout out Riri. Everything's in place, man. Don't really have much to worry about right now. It's like.
That's really good.
I rewind like 5 years ago when I was struggling, trying to get to where I'm at now, and
Yeah, so that's a good segue. Can you tell us about your humble beginnings? Like, how did you even become a barber, man? How did you get into this business?
Oh man, I was doing a lot of entry level work, a lot of warehouse stuff, deliveries, delivery whatnot. Wasn't really a great student. Wasn't really like inspired. Didn't really have direction. Kind of, I stayed going to the barber shop because, important to me, like, look good, feel good, play good. My man Deion Sanders, like lived by that, and I just kind of started, looking up to the guys that I'd go to for haircuts. I would see that, they kind of had like a good hand on their life. Definitely like making money, but I, kind of living by their terms. They all looked like they were having fun, enjoying what they were doing. Just good like environment, good vibe every day. Work hard, but still like not really. It doesn't appear to be work, which is like good and bad. But I mean, that's kind of what I saw of it.
Was there a moment for you where it was like, yeah, this is the right move for me?
Yeah, but it took a long time. It took a while.
I was gonna ask, so when did it like take off? Were you like, all right, I'm
Honestly, maybe only like 2 years ago.
Really?
And like, there's always like incremental growth. Like, you figure out that like you can actually like do it, survive. But I mean, it's definitely like a long path. So when I had a lot of friends that just like got done with school, they had like steady whatever their income was. Like we know like what people make out of college, but that was like much steadier than what I had. And to make it more difficult, I got my license about maybe like 6 months before my daughter was born. So like it was kind of like bad timing, but through stubbornness and just like believing in myself, like I made it work. Definitely a lot of people were wondering why I was doing it or why I didn't get into something a little more stable.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's just that was my path. It's a little different for everybody, but it takes a while.
On that note, I'm curious to know, I've heard that as an entrepreneur, when it comes to a business, it takes at least 5 years before you see some success.
Yeah.
With what you've been doing, how long has it been before you actually said, all right, I'm good, I'm stable, I feel like this is it for me, I'll be okay?
I feel like it's probably about 3.5 for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And what have been your biggest challenges in that time?
Really just, stability, just kind of maintaining like consistent clients being booked out. Also, I guess you kind of got to balance, the learning part of it. There's a lot of different parts, but you can kind of be stagnant and, kind of just work on the same cuts, don't grow, but in order to like kind of expand your portfolio and really just the earning potential, you gotta learn new stuff.
Yeah.
And okay, so let me kind of change that. You gotta have time to really work on yourself to grow. And if you're kind of just caught up in the day-to-day of like chasing like every dollar and really just focusing on like not like just the technical part of it, then you get stuck. You get plateaued. But you don't have time to really like make those other moves.
So, just to piggyback off that, and just talk about time and like how much you put into it. There was a point last year where you went out to LA just to get some work in. You know what I mean? So just like that's commitment right there. You know what I mean? Like if you don't want to be stagnant or you just want to continue to grow. Yeah. Like I was gonna ask did you have any mentors like coming into the barber game, or was it just like kind of just kind of like self-taught, or
It's a good question.
like how did you find that motivation, or where did that come from?
A little bit of both. I would say it was kind of more generally self-taught though, because like the same at the time, like the first guy that I worked with, he was just so busy.
Yeah.
Like he was just like, look man, I'm gonna just try to put you in position. But I mean, I don't really know if it was like up to him to really, I mean, I guess honestly in hindsight, it would have been his benefit to put more into it, because as a shop owner, you definitely got to raise some pups.
Yeah.
You're not just gonna find established people, because once you're established, you don't need the job.
Then that's when they move on to their own.
You just don't need the job.
Oh, okay.
But he would tell people at the shop that like I was decent, and like I didn't really have no confidence back then.
Yeah.
So You kind of do, but it really is self-taught. It is something that's going to require like a short memory, thick skin. But I mean, your work is pretty public, man. You be walking around, you see somebody that you might have like fucked up, and you know you try to hide or whatever, but you know people be like, word of travels, people talk.
Yeah. So I guess just for that, because that's funny, but. So when you were you know going through it, learning, like how many bad cuts have you had walking around?
Yeah.
I honestly like I can't quantify it. It might like the thing is that like what I might consider to be a bad cut might not match up with my client. Like I do know back in the day, I think I would maintain a lot of clients based on you know maybe personality and. Other intangibles besides just like the haircut, because otherwise, like I think about it like 8 years ago. I mean, I wouldn't have stuck with me. Real talk. It'd just be like that.
Have you ever had a client or two, and you know there was just some conflicts, and you just said, "I'm not cutting your hair anymore." Yeah,
I've done a lot. I've fired probably at least like.
Fired's a good word.
5-6 clients. And you know, at a certain point, it doesn't bring value to like what I'm trying to do. It's a relationship that's pretty much the foundation is disrespect.
And
you know.
So is that more of like kind of just messing up your like time, or like you know like if they say oh I'm gonna be here then always late, or like if they like no show or something, or always trying to get a plug or some shit.
That part, I mean, you just said both of it. That part, but like the way I see it, if you're gonna no-show me, you're not gonna show up. Like you're already not my client. Like I'm not getting money off of that.
So
and then the second one is absolutely always like trying to like negotiate. Which I just don't even do it. Like I had somebody like lead off with the negotiation. I'm just like, it's just not gonna work.
I think I was there with you when you said that. You're like, this motherfucker's already like, and it's like, I haven't even cut his hair.
It's just not gonna work.
Just right out the bat.
Right off the bat.
I didn't
bro, I don't even know you. Like,
I didn't ask you to do that. And like, the other part where you get stuck when you're younger is like, you'll do that. You will kind of like cave to that. And, you know, it's a mental thing. Like, you don't got respect for yourself then. Like, you can't go where you want to go.
What about interpersonal circles, like friends? Have you ever had those sort of situations where people you know and they're like, yo man, let me get a cut?
No, it doesn't really happen like that.
Thank God.
It doesn't.
I think, man, I kind of think it's just like, as you know, like a friend, you kind of have to have that respect. Like, man, this is his hustle, this is his grind.
I have a sliding scale, kind of like based on life situation. You know, if like any of my friends are in like a tough time, they gotta have it. Like I would do it. I would sense that. I'd give them a break. Kids.
Like, I think
kids that pay for their own haircuts.
You
know, somebody that might have been with me like in the mud. Like they're not gonna pay as much as like what my set price is. But you know, if I gotta bump up, like there's still gonna be a bump. But, you know, you just might not be.
I think it's just all at your discretion though, right? Like let me offer you the plug. Don't ask for the plug. It's how I feel about shit. You know what I mean? Like, because you know I'm gonna do it. Because that's just who I am, you know what I mean? Like if I rock with you, like, but don't ask me, you know what I mean? Just let me offer it.
But you know how people, some people, I can't say all.
You know what the problem is though, is usually like if that does happen, it's somebody that like I never like asked for anything from them, and like it would be a hard no if it was the other way around. You know, if like somebody's promoting like a night at the club, like I don't get to be like, hey man, let me get that wristband for 10 instead of 15. Like they're telling me to go fuck off. Like, They do, you know, it's the classic shit. They do have like fresh shoes. They do, you know, they spend for, you know, a nice car. They, you know, maybe above their means. But then I'm supposed to be the one that does it because I'm not behind the company. It's not corporate set. They know that it's just 100% me. And that like,
so you can make your own.
I'm full of myself if I say no. It's kind of a pressure situation. Manipulation.
Kind of going back to the entrepreneurial aspect, I mean, we touched on challenges a little bit, but kind of curious to know, it is 100% you at the end of the day. I mean, you've been doing this for some time now, and you have success, but something that I'm kind of wondering about is, do you feel like this really works for you, or would it be better if, you know, you were a part of some sort of business?
That's a question that's probably gonna be more relevant to my life later on. I'm definitely not gonna be able to sustain just day-to-day cutting for, I mean, honestly, I don't even think I could do what I do right now 10 years from now. But there's different like investments that I can make. I don't make money off of anybody yet. Every dollar that I make is just solely based on my haircuts. And I don't think I've gotten a paycheck for probably like 8 years.
Wow.
But I mean, a lot of times people make the transition like sales, something like that. I feel like I could do stuff like that, but I'd like to give myself a chance to invest, maybe get my own shop, kind of evolve what I do before I think about that. But honestly, it's something I think about a lot right now.
Do you think there's
That was gonna be my next, like, do you plan on getting your own shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I have to do, but like good help's hard to find right now. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to like make sure I don't give myself extra work because, you know, I'm kind of just, honestly, like I ain't trying to do more work right now, straight up. Like,
Yeah.
I want to travel. I want to,
Yeah.
you know, I want to enjoy life.
Enjoy life a little bit, man. We getting up there, bro. It's like,
And I don't think that like I don't think I chase a bag like the same way a lot of people do. Like, I get it, like you have to have money, it's important, but it ain't, like it's not really
It's
like,
not
it doesn't
the end-all,
define me.
be-all,
It doesn't
right?
define me.
Yeah.
I don't think.
That's an interesting thing. So, again, I mean, the whole topic is just about being an entrepreneur. A lot of people they do focus on the bag, but I wouldn't say that that's not a priority for you, but it's more of that's not your biggest focus. How do you establish that balance for yourself? You know what I mean? Like, there are people who are saying, oh, money, you gotta make money, or you gotta go after this, you gotta grind 24 hours a day. But there's more to life than that. How do you find that for yourself?
I mean, I think it's just a comfort level that is going to kind of go from person to person, but I'm starting to value that freedom a little bit more. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you got to put in like a 8, 9, 10 hour day, and back like in times where I wasn't as comfortable. I mean, I guess you would just kind of work more. You would find different opportunities, cut after hours. I mean, these things kind of go back to not really respecting your time and setting your boundaries. But I mean, I don't know if you guys talk about like investing in the stock market.
We touched on that a
we
little
touched on it a
bit.
little bit. We touched on it a little
I've
bit.
been kind of put in a good situation where I, get to learn stuff, and I like to set out like a day out of the week where I'm, taking care of stuff like that, because at the end of the day, like the investment part to me is kind of what kind of gets you over the top. I mean, honestly, like, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, I have a business, but I don't make money off of nobody, so I mean, I still trade my time to, get money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I just kind of do it on my own terms, so I don't have somebody micromanaging me. It's chill. I can go to work like this every day. I just bullshit, have cool conversations. I meet a lot of great people.
That's something else that I wanted to ask you. As far as building your clientele, what's your way in doing that? Is it like word of mouth or?
Yeah, I mean, it was. I did try to do like a little bit of stuff off the internet, off Instagram.
Yeah, I was gonna say how much.
Post pictures that I do, if I have a chance to cut like an athlete or something, I definitely like showed that. But honestly, it wasn't me. It's consistency. It's being in a good spot. I mean, nowadays it's all Google. I got my Google listing. It is at the top, so anybody in like Edina, Hopkins, like St. Louis Park, that whole like area, I'm gonna be the first one to show up.
Nice.
And I kind of want to go back to what you were saying about like the entrepreneur stuff, because I didn't give you a good enough answer, because doesn't really like apply to like what I do. But I mean, realistically, you gotta get your own shop, really. You know, then you start having rent come in. You have different streams of income. Maybe you develop your own product.
Yeah.
But I mean, you gotta get it's passive income. You know, I could tell you about like some like MLM, Amway stuff, but it all it all applies. It all applies. But,
Well, that's the game, right?
or like education, you can go around, do classes. I have done that a little bit. That's honestly something that I'm probably gonna focus on a little bit more, because then you know you get to like dovetail traveling too.
Mm-hmm. So, here's a question that I have for you then. I mean, you know, I would say you're a veteran at this point, though you're continuously learning.
Yeah.
You're not a rookie. You're not new to this.
Mm-hmm.
But for kids that are coming up, especially now with social media and stuff, they're all like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. I'm trying to be like this. I'm trying to have my time, my money, and stuff like that. What would you say to kids coming up who are interested in being entrepreneurs, whether it's being a barber or something else? Like, what advice would you give them?
100% commitment. You definitely have to gamble on yourself. Don't create like safety nets. Don't get that part-time job because it's gonna give you a comfort level.
Okay.
Y'all hear that?
Damn. Yeah.
But it takes 100% commitment. I mean, you're definitely gonna have to be content with sitting back, maybe not going out, like letting all your other friends, you know, have that paycheck, and you're gonna struggle. But if you're comfortable, you know, being able to struggle, then you'll get through it to make you stronger.
Basically, be comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yeah. And that's like, you might not even be like mindful of that in the moment, but it's not clout, like it's not cool. It takes a while, like before what you do is gonna be cool.
That's true.
And you know, you're gonna have family members and friends that are gonna be like, what are you doing this for? They might not, you know, believe in you. Your family's gonna tell you that you're, you know, fucking around. Maybe you have like a significant other. They might not believe in it, but if you do, then you're gonna keep on going.
Okay.
Wise words. Wise words. Respect. Okay. Now, thank you for answering our questions, sir. We still have plenty for you. Let's talk about music.
Okay. Yeah, let's change gears a little bit.
Yeah. So I know you're a hip hop head, and we were talking about a couple things earlier. First and foremost, have you heard Kendrick Lamar, Baby Keem, Family Ties?
I have not.
What? No. We gotta stop this.
You can pause it. I'll listen to it.
Pause this shit. Okay, we're back.
Got that from his too, so that was great.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be great for you.
Yeah, no, that's what I was worried about, but
Thank God.
We good. We back.
Okay.
Back from break. Quick break.
Listen to a couple songs here. About to get some opinions. Round table right now. So, we heard Family Ties, Baby Keem, Kendrick Lamar. Let's talk about that one real quick. Thoughts?
So for me, like songs are alright, like it was alright, but I was most importantly just excited about the Kendrick part. His verse.
Smoking on your top 5.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think he coming, man. We kind of said it a little bit before, but I think he coming with some shit, you know, and like it's good. It's just good to hear from Kendrick. You know what I mean? It's been a minute, and just with all going on, you know, with like, cause we know who the top are right now. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And they all about to drop, so it's like a matter of when, you know. So
Been waiting.
yeah.
Benny said something off camera that threw me for a loop. I was actually surprised that you said that. Can you tell people what you said, sir?
Yeah. So they asked if I heard the song, and I don't know, kind of bores me. Like, I like what's that one mixtape? The Section 80 or whatever. Love the new one, but then I don't know. Like, I feel like he oftentimes has a hard time being like the lyrical, like, artful rapper that he wants to be, mixing it in with being a mainstream artist. And I mean, I understand it. You got to do that. You got to get the bag. But I don't know. I think between that and I think his focus is more on putting on a better album than Drake, Kanye, everybody else, and
Kind of like the showmanship of it.
maximizing himself. I don't know. It's just.
Do you think, to hear you say that, do you think he's more analytical? He's focused on the process a lot more, saying, "Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta have that, or it needs this."
I just don't think anybody cares if he puts out a better album than those 2 or 3 people. Why not just do the best that you can do? I think for me it started when he did Control, because he hopped on Big Sean's track, and it turned into this whole whole battle verse, and everybody reacted very positively to it. And I think kind of by nature I'm a little bit of a contrarian and stuff like that. And I'm just well, these are all people that I like, so why do I care if Big Sean's gonna or not Big Sean, but Kendrick's gonna just go at him? It ain't a competition to me.
Right. But I mean, I feel in that instance it's a little different because it's a competition to them. But it turned out when all is said and done, it came out. It's nobody really had no issues with each other.
No.
That kind of just came out recently.
I mean, Drake kind of had it.
that's different.
I just didn't
because it was they pitted Big Sean and Kendrick against each other. They both got on, said it wasn't nothing but
just competition.
Yeah.
Healthy.
And even the J. Cole shit. J. Cole don't give a fuck what is going on. He gonna drop what he wanna drop.
Yeah.
He drops some heat.
Yeah.
And I'm not an avid J. Cole listener, but now I listen to his latest album all the fucking time. That shit is amazing. You know what I mean? What?
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
We not taking another break, but
No, yeah. I was gonna say, listen, niggas is busy. Okay, I am an adult officially now.
Man, you gotta listen to that.
Yeah, I checked that one out the first
That
day.
shit hard.
And sometimes I find his music to be boring too, but that last album was dope.
Right.
That last album.
I think I can't remember who said it, but
He went in.
that was one that you could listen to on a Friday.
Yeah,
So,
literally.
yeah.
That's a quote right there.
Yeah.
It's not mine. It's not mine. I think.
But
It's
that's
definitely not mine.
that's for real though, cause I love it. But he dropped because he's in the top 5,
Oh, for sure.
and he dropped fuck it, they Donda's being pushed back because he's waiting on Drake. We know he's waiting on Certified Lover Boy. You know what I mean? And Drake, and that we just listened to that Betrayal, his verse on Triple Red. He said, "You ain't changing."
I don't know why he's doing that though, because I feel like even if Drake put out a better record than Kanye, if Kanye puts out a real hip hop album that is more reminiscent to the work that we like and not that bullshit that he's put out the last 3 years, people are still gonna fuck with that one more. It's gonna last longer. I don't.
But it's not. That's not what it is though.
Yeah.
It's more the
That's his own internal thing though.
Yeah.
The masses are gonna like that new Kanye. They're gonna fuck with it more than the Drake.
I don't think so.
I do because people have wanted him to be what he's about to put out for so long.
Bro, I don't know. Drake is the most streamed artist ever, bro.
Yeah.
I want to touch on that a little bit.
Drake can't miss, fam.
This is something that I was thinking about over the week. These two guys, talking about Kanye and Drake, outside of music, listen, these guys aren't even thinking about us.
No.
I'm just talking about fans. They're on some whole other shit, millionaire, billionaire shit.
Right.
Drake suddenly is just doing dinners and shit in stadiums.
Right.
Kanye is staying at a stadium. What are you niggas doing? That's shit that's unheard of.
Right.
So outside of music, it's these niggas are just on some other shit, a whole different sort of competition.
When you got that much bread, what do you do?
But that's my point.
You know what I mean?
I think with Ye staying at the stadium, that kind of is a theme for the album where he's really putting in the work, and he's doing some Rocky shit right now.
Sure, understandable, but when have you ever heard of an artist staying at a stadium day in and day out? Can you name one outside of Kanye?
No.
Exactly. Can you name an artist outside of Drake that has been I'm just gonna have dinner here, I'm gonna take Shorty out?
Well, there's
I'm
like
sure
a
that's happening.
there's a
I'm
whole
sure,
there's a whole
but has
other
it been, like-
element like business wise with that thing too. With the I can't remember the kid's name, but he's probably gonna go in that overtime league and like he's basically like mentoring this chick's kid that he's kicking it with.
He's
It's crazy.
Yeah, I got you, son.
But he's he's leading him in a
Hey,
business
he a
direction,
beast.
cloaked behind like dating the dude's mom.
And he a beast.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, these guys, it's not just, if we're talking about competition, clearly they're on a whole nother level. Because it's not just
Oh, yeah.
music, they're on, like, some other shit.
But the competition is within them. They got. I think there's some underlying like shit that like if it got out, it'll blow up some shit.
Oh,
I think,
yeah, 100%.
I think Drake got some shit over Ye that because like Ye literally changed his whole shit for this shit. Like
Well, good music
he's
whole
pressed.
strategy is just releasing like personal information.
Exactly,
Like,
he's
like,
pressed.
Which is really fucked up.
He's pressed, bro.
Really fucked up.
I feel like there's something deeper, like something happened, or he got something over him that's like, damn, you know what I mean? Because it bothered him too much.
He
You
takes
know
the
what I
high
mean?
road on that.
Yeah.
I don't think it benefits him to do that though either.
No.
Like Kanye's just Kanye. Like,
Yeah.
if he really was just like chilling, like I don't know, man. I still feel like the way that people feel about Kanye, like, if as long as he's putting out music, like good music, he can't do no wrong. Like, I don't really understand why he's
But
like trying.
he's doing
Yeah.
the extra shit is what I don't like. Give me the music, bro. I don't need the extra shit.
But
Give me
that's,
the music.
but that's Kanye. And apart from
How many times you gonna keep saying that's Kanye?
I know. And we've had that conversation.
Well,
Did we say that's Kanye with the MAGA shit?
I mean,
You know what
usually
I mean?
when somebody's crazy though, all you can say is like, said person's being said person, and that's just Kanye being Kanye,
But
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. We say that that's Kanye being Kanye, but the thing that I feel gets dismissed a lot is that his ego runs a lot of shit. Being a genius is one thing,
Yeah.
right?
And I
You
get
do
that.
all this stuff, but remember, Kanye has a huge fucking ego. So it's not just, I'm gonna do something. It's more of, I'm gonna do
So
something.
check that shit, bro.
That-
Do you think?
But I just
Then
don't-
it wouldn't be Kanye.
Facts, but I don't think we can keep saying it's not even just for Kanye. We can keep saying, oh, such and such gonna be such and such.
Do you
Like,
think?
what motherfucker said back in the
Hold
day?
on, I
Hold
got
on.
one question. Do you think maybe that kind of all spawned when he finally put out a thing or two that we didn't like? I mean, it might be
Maybe.
something with that.
Maybe. But it's just like it's not even just Kanye. It's just like, all right, if it's continued behavior, it's like, all right, you know what I mean? At what point? It's just like I feel like we can't keep saying, especially with some fuck shit. If it is what it is, if but like you can't, motherfucker, you couldn't say back in the day, and this is very off the rail, but just the first thing came to my head, like, oh, he ate another one, like, oh, that's just Jeffrey being Jeffrey. You know what I mean? That's stupid. That sounds stupid as fuck, don't it? Doesn't that sound stupid as fuck? Like, bro, what do you mean? You just, like, oh, he can keep doing fuck shit that's just such and such being such and such? Like, nah, man, like, figure that shit out, dude. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, just give us the music. All in all, give us the music.
He has lowered expectations, like, about how he's supposed to conduct himself. I do. I definitely do. I was listening to a lot of that on Thursday night. That one with Larry Hoover's son at the end. And he had a nice drill beat that I heard too. No,
Did you watch the stream?
I was in and out. I'm high on everything that I heard though.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be bad at all. It's
Honestly,
like,
it's definitely not going to be
so
a dud.
we talked to, so we kind of touched on this, like, this motherfucker, Donda right now is a beta. Like,
Yeah.
and he's streaming, and this is where his genius is, he's streaming this shit, but he's working on it in real time. Like, we're testing, we're getting tested. The Mercedes-Benz, 1.1.
Filling up stadiums.
1.0, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's getting paid.
Filling up stadiums.
Yeah, and it's like, so, okay, test run on this first one. All right, this is how they react to this, so I'm changing. So now I go to a different state. Test run on this one. You know what I mean? And it's live. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild. That's dope as hell. Like, that can change for a lot. You know what I mean? Even though we don't speak of it before, but even like this whole NFT shit, that's gonna change for like not newer artists, yet, but like big artists like Tory Lanez, this motherfucker just sold. He sold an album for $1 on NFTs, and you know how much he's gonna rep. He's gonna like get back from that. Just like it's crazy.
That's interesting because no, we haven't really touched on that.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. He cracked the code, bro. Like, and fans got it for you know how if I would have bought $20 worth of that,
I think Billy bought a couple of those.
I'm so mad I didn't. Like, $20 would have got like, bro. You know that shit's
Whatever,
gone.
nigga, you got Dogecoin. Oh, bad news there. Okay.
Yeah, it's all bad.
My favorite bought it last couple weeks ago.
Are you invested in anything?
I don't have cryptos. I got in on like Bitcoin would have been too late.
Okay. Yeah. We all know that.
But it's just wild, man. Just give us some music, bro.
Sure. All right. So then here's the question. Just staying on topic, talking about Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar. Biggest thing is from that record, we know that Kendrick Lamar is coming back as well.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's been talking about Kanye West. Everyone's been talking about Drake and them dropping. But now that we're hearing just a few bars from
It's
Kendrick Lamar.
It's definitely good. It's like a game changer now.
This is last album on the label.
On TDE, yeah.
That could be.
This is
That
last
could be
album on
notable.
TDE.
This is his last album?
Yeah,
On TDE.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he put like a little letter.
That's notable. I mean,
And
it
why?
might have influenced, what kind of effort he was putting towards like the
Yeah.
last couple albums.
I think it's
I didn't like that. Like I didn't
No?
like it. I didn't fuck with
That's okay.
I fucked with them. I fucked with them.
I thought it was solid. I do not, I've been saying this for years. I don't think it should have won Rap Album of the Year.
Nah, I don't think that.
It's just because he is who he is. Like, if you say that you don't like his music, then it's like you didn't like understand it. It's like, oh, it went over your head.
What about To Pimp a Butterfly? Did you like that?
Fucking great.
Okay.
Definitely deserved Album of the Year. I just didn't
I think that one did. I think damn did.
I'll never forget. I'm a bitter old man when it comes to this. When it came to 2017, right, the Grammys, who should have won? It definitely should have been Jay-Z 444. But everyone's like, nah, man, it should have been Damn because Kendrick Lamar, he had an perspective on life and shit, man. He was talking about personal shit. It's like, nigga, maybe it's because I'm just in psychology or
But it's
whatever.
also
I
this
get it.
whole telling you to like just have more money. 'Cause those are just like some Dave Ramsey bars. Like everybody acts like they can like sit here and relate with Hov. It's like you can't. It's like, oh, would you rather have $5 million or would you rather have lunch with Jay-Z? Well, I can parlay that lunch into like 50 million. So like I don't understand that shit, man. People gotta stop with that. He's your idol. I love all his old work, but like that was, I mean, we're coming up on, Blueprint's like 20 years old. That was on 9/11, so about to hit another anniversary with that. I was in 10th grade. That was way different.
Yeah. It's a long time. Shit. We can go, that could be a whole nother conversation, but,
Yeah, we're not going to go on this podcast.
oh, never. We could.
I'm sorry, I spoke ill to go.
Well, this is the Symposium podcast. We say whatever the fuck we want, so it's, but we'll move on from that. We'll move on from that.
Yeah, that's crazy kind of crazy. That's what's going on right now.
We touch on anything and everything. We philosophers here.
What do you guys think about so I got like a philosophy on like how I listen to like new music nowadays.
Yeah.
We were talking we were gonna listen to like the Kendrick track. We listen to the Trippie Redd track. If I'm listening to people that are younger than me, like if they're talking about like fun shit, like more abstract, I'm gonna rock with that more than like just concrete lyrical bars. Like I'm getting life lessons.
100%.
I'm getting life lessons and like stories from like rappers that are like older than me, so I can like continue to learn. I'll use it so I can like try to relate a little bit better, but I guess with like Cole and like Kendrick and some of those people, they're not like OGs. Like I want to get those lessons from like OGs. So like when it comes to like new shit, like I just like fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fun.
No, I agree with that. Like I'm not listening to like for right now. I'm not. It's summertime, bro. I don't like. I stopped listening to Wale because I'm tired of. I don't want to think while I'm trying to fucking vibe out. You know what I mean? But like he's a great artist. You know what I mean? But it's summertime right now, fun. I just want to hear some slap, like some shit that slaps, bro. Like give me some trap, some drill, all that shit. You know what I mean? Ignorant shit.
Yeah.
I want ignorant shit. Why?
You know, phone posits later.
Yeah, and all the young niggas is the ignorant shit. You know what I mean? So and it is good. It's fun. You know, it ain't all good music, but it's you know what I mean? But I get where you're coming from for sure.
That's an interesting question.
That's why I like the balance of that J. Cole album. That
Yeah.
J. Cole album, that shit slap. Right.
He found actually, that's a perfect example right there because J. Cole even said it himself. He dropped the song a long time ago, Middle Child. I was talking about he's not exactly an old head, but he's not young either. He's just right there. And I feel as though for our generation, that's where most artists are, like that we came up with, and especially with rap. Like rap has really been around for about 40 years.
Yeah.
It's still very young compared to a lot of genres. So I mean, if you hear Kanye, actually you can even go further back. Like you hear Jay-Z still rapping, though he hasn't dropped an album in some time. The last one was 444. The fact that you know this nigga could still drop something and it can still be solid, you know you're gonna get gems. It's not just gonna be like, this is a banger. You're like,
No. You know, my favorite rapper though is probably the best example of that. E40's been putting out music since like 2005, and like he's still fresh. Like he's still topical, tastemaker. Like people don't really talk about like how he's still putting in work at this point in his life. He's like 53, 54.
He's up there, yeah. So
41. He's a legend.
Oh, for sure.
He's a fucking legend.
Out the Bay. For me, my base has always been like I'm always gonna go with conceptual albums. I'm always gonna go with thought provoking. I'd say. Like I'll take the Lupe's, I'll take the Jay-Z's, I'll take the Nas. It's not always gonna be that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like I need some ignorant shit every now and then. I need the southern vibes. But when it comes to like the Lil Yachty's and shit like that, I'm like, I hear you. I don't know if I'll necessarily digest your whole album.
Yeah. I respect it.
Yeah. So
I'm not putting on a fucking Lupe over here.
nigga, I am a Lupe head. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bro, I can't get in. Like I used to try. I just can't get into Lupe, bro. And he's great. Don't get me wrong, right?
It's my nigga.
Yeah, he's a great rapper.
So that's it. Here's an interesting question for you, Vinny. If someone were to pull up your playlist, right?
Yeah.
Actually, fuck that. If they were to listen to a playlist and they just put it on shuffle, what would be like the main songs that they hear? What would be the main genre?
The main theme?
Yeah.
Man, honestly, probably Bay Area. Like just anything Bay Area, like Mr. Fat, E40, Jay Stalin, let's see who else. Like Burner, big heavy on Burner, Jack.
Really?
So listen to Jack. Like been listening to this dude Lil Bean, he's dope. I Am Zoo. But then it's all over the place. Like I've been listening to a lot of like reggae right now, like Popcorn, big into that. WizKid.
WizKid.
That shit been on my rotation for. That shit's so smooth. Davido,
be listening to that.
Yep. DeVito. I thought
DeVito. No, I thought it was Davido.
I thought I'm wrong clearly, but probably. That shit's fire, bro.
Yeah.
Like WizKid and Davido, that's all I've been on right now.
Still, like I listen to like a lot of Evidence, Alchemist. You know, Evidence from Tyler Peoples. Alchemist was always my favorite producer. There's a lot of that. It's kind of all over the board, but it's definitely like a lot of like heavy West Coast influence, like gangster rap with Backpacker. But
how'd you get into? I'm kind of curious to know how'd you get into like a West Coast scene?
Everybody where I grew up in St. Paul, that's what we fucked with.
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
We were listening like passing around like the Spice One albums, Too Short, Selly Cell. You know, obviously like Death Row, like that was really popular in like the early '90s. So mean, I think my first album was Donda Stuff. Probably.
Taking it back.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we grew up. But I think a lot of people where I grew up, we kind of like, we had a lot of West Coast vibes, like Dickies, and bro, we thought we were like hell cats for real.
Dressing up like the cats on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Nigga, it's fucking winter,
Heavy creases,
cold as shit.
Cortezes.
I remember those days. So,
Or the No Limit too. Like that No Limit era was a lot of fun. Cause I mean, like go back and listen to like all that No Limit shit now, and you probably can't. Like it's horrible. Like we like bumped like Silk the Shocker and shit. They had like they would release an album every month.
Yeah.
Like how do you do that? Like they're so duds, but their artwork looks so cool. Like you'd see like coming up next, and it's like Mia X. It's like, all right, I'm gonna listen to that.
I know, we used to be heavy, bro.
Steady mobbing, gotta get that. So just
we're really showing our age right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, fuck. That's what's up. Alright, okay. So, here's another question for you, music-wise.
Alright, this is the last music question.
Are we on time? Yeah, okay.
Not really on time, it's drag. It's,
I was just...
I mean, just cut and take the good shit.
So, right now, heavy rotation, who you got? And then we'll do that song.
It's tough. Probably, like I said, Lil Bean, Mozzie, a lot of Mozzie, A Boogie, let's see, more hip hop. I mean, Missa Fab is probably one of my favorites. Burner, this is tough. I mean, you think that's...
I'm very surprised to hear that you say Burner. Nothing against him, it's just like, I've heard his stuff, and I never really got hit.
So the thing I like about him is like what he talks about. You want to like go back to the entrepreneurial stuff. I mean, that man got in the rap game by like having the best weed.
Right.
He was a plug, and now he's got dispensaries all over like California and the West Coast. Like he's got a huge imprint. But like he works with everybody. Like you'll go on Instagram, you'll see just like Logic hanging out there, and like those guys. He loves Logic. Like that's so interesting.
Yeah.
But they're gems, they're lessons. Like hip hop to me isn't always just like the bars and just liking the shit that everybody else likes. Like that's my connection with it. I always use it for like just lessons and growing up, and that's influence. But I'm influenced by people like that. Like I don't really care about being as cool as Quavo.
Yeah.
I mean, no, obviously I like Quavo, but like that's not me. Like I'm more quiet. I'm in the background. I'm trying to just observe and like learn shit and do what I do. So
sure, that's a topic for another episode, but I definitely want to touch on that. Like there's a difference between what's cool and what's popular.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, like when I said let's change gears, I don't mean we have to end it right now. We could go.
No, good.
But I just want to change from music. So whenever, you know what I mean.
I was talking about No Limit. Got it.
All right, now I was like, all right, I guess just changing gears. Just wanted to, we talk a little bit about just the aspect from like a mental health standpoint, and like, so like, I guess I was just curious, like, how do you, when you like are in stressful situations or whatnot, like, how do you cope with that, or how do you get through a tough situation?
Yeah, definitely. Like working out. I've gone to therapy before, so I've definitely like learned a lot about that. I have like a few different people that I'll talk to, kind of like get me through something. But I mean, honestly, it's like patience, knowing that like it's gonna get better. I mean, I guess at times it might be something that's like a little insurmountable, but if that's the case, then if you don't feel comfortable being by yourself, like hit somebody up, have some support.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I'm glad you touched on that, because that's just something I'm kind of starting to get interested in is therapy. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. I've never thought about it before, but
you ain't been in a dark enough place. Maybe,
That's a
but
good
like,
question, bro.
honestly, it's a good thing to do if you're in a dark place because
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like these last couple of years, I feel like I've been there and I need it. You know, I didn't have nobody to.
Unbiased opinion sometimes is the best thing.
Yeah, and I feel like damn, I wish I really would have. You know, but it didn't like I didn't spiral. I was like I've been at my low. Like I've been low. You know what I mean? But it's like I think that's like upcoming. I think that's what I am going to do for myself.
Yeah, for sure. Like I don't do it currently, but it really it helped out. It helped me. Like I just learned a lot about life through it, and you gotta always figure out like what's your role in it. You have conversations with your people and everything, and it's more like nurturing towards you. It doesn't help you challenge yourself to like how you could have made it better. Really, to really make changes. It'll be like, oh well, that person's on some bullshit. But realistically, most of the bad situations that I've been in, I've definitely played a big part in that.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that you say that because it makes me think about a few episodes where you said that you are kind of dabbling with therapy, and I guess I'm still surprised to hear that, especially we are a mental health podcast, but that's something that you're starting to open up to.
Yeah, I just like I don't know. I guess it's just it's a time thing. You know what I mean?
It's
kind of
stigma. It's a stigma.
It's
100%, 100%. As a black man,
Yeah.
100%. And I'm just kind of getting over that.
Sure.
And I think honestly, this podcast have a lot. Like every time we check in, we talk. It's like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, I can surface level. I feel like a lot of it's been surface level for me. You know what I mean? But to really like get into, because when I'm at, I think I'm an introverted extrovert. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're definitely talking about that in another episode.
Yeah.
Not so much you, but that topic. Yeah.
And so like when I love my time to myself, and that's where I get to my
start
brain
thinking.
go fucking. You know what I mean?
Idle time.
Yeah, idle time. Yeah. So I just started thinking about everything. You know, every situation I've been in, why I was in that situation, why it had to happen to me, type shit. You know what I mean? And just kind of getting that out. I think it's important. So so that's what I'm looking into that. I think it's important. You know what I mean? Especially, man, like I said, man, it was a stretch where I was losing family. You know what I mean? I was losing friends like to death. You know what I mean? It was just like crazy. And then like situations happen. Relationships happen, friendships, whatever that may be. It's still kind of fuck. It's still kind of fucked me up a little bit. But it's like damn, because I feel I'm the greatest nigga in the world to people.
You've said that multiple times.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm so solid to people. So when I get treated a certain way, that shit really fucks me up.
Yeah.
It's like you don't give a fuck. Now it's like if you would do that to somebody like me, it's like damn. You know what I mean? Like so that really fucks me up.
Yeah.
And maybe that could be my own.
There's some. I mean, on that specific thing, we touched on that as well. There's something about a person like that. It's one thing if you experience hate, right, or you experience a dislike from someone, but it's another thing if someone treats you a certain way, like they don't care about you. They don't care about your feelings or anything. Like they just feel indifferent. Right. That's on a whole nother level. Like, oh, this person does not care if I live or die. That's dark. So very, very, very heavy subjects, but very important ones. Yeah. I would say this. Everybody has touched on it already, but everyone needs therapy. Honestly, I believe so. Everyone. I believe so. I was skeptical about it before. Everyone.
I know when I was young, there's a lot of talk about it. It's probably
I used to be the young nigga when I first went.
It was 10 years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I have a therapist, and my therapist, and it is even said at my job too, but it's true. Your therapist has a therapist.
I was gonna say a stupid question. Does a therapist have a therapist?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if they're dealing with people 24/7, best believe they have a therapist.
Right, especially because they probably hear some shit. Like,
oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
The Sopranos, Dr. Melfi had a therapist.
Yeah.
That's true.
Reference.
That's true. Yeah.
So, and it's not even like, I mean, it's not even crazy. Everyone needs somebody to talk to, but when it comes to the mental health field, I mean, you need that aspect. You need somebody that's outside of your environment, outside of what you know or what you're used to, because you can gain a different
It's
perspective.
at least a very useful resource. Like,
Yeah.
If you're gonna be too like macho and alpha to do that shit, then you know that's just something that like you know I feel like I got a leg up because I have like a different understanding about like myself and how life works. So if you want to be behind, do that, but I don't think anybody should really worry about it.
Bro, you do. You
I
know
feel
when
like they're
people are so
weak.
closed
Yeah.
off. They're like, oh, I gotta do what I gotta do. It's like, yeah, but you can still talk about
And
it.
I still am, but you know, at least like I got those experiences. So like,
Yeah. So. All right. Well.
I'll say we got about 14 minutes. How you wanna wrap this up?
Why don't we just do the last call right now?
Okay.
So last call.
Oh yeah, explain it.
So last call is basically our final thoughts. We can reflect on the episode, or we can give shout outs, things like that. Then that's it. We just say bye.
Yeah.
So I'll kick this one off.
Okay.
First and foremost, this was a lovely
That
episode.
was dope, bro. That was
Yeah.
dope. I'm really pleased with this.
I'm very happy about this one.
We do.
So it's the last time in the Red Room. We finally got Benny on after so many goddamn conversations.
Yeah.
And as always, we touched on mental health. Very important subjects, stuff. You know what? The biggest thing is, I always enjoy this, and I'm very appreciative of this. Is that when we get our friends on from different areas of life, but we all focus on the same thing. It's like, yo, where's your mental at?
Yeah.
Where are you? Like, what's going on in your life?
We don't do this enough. We don't check in with each other enough.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, bro, what you doing? Trying to go out? Yeah. I could be feeling like shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go out. You know what I mean? Maybe that'll help. Don't help, but you know, just checking in. That's what I need to start doing personally.
But that's part of the check-in. It's an introduction to what's going on with you.
Yes.
What's happening. So I always enjoy that because we're reinforcing that, especially to the people out there, letting it be known. It's like, listen, all this other shit, that's cool, but where are you at in your life right now? What's really going on with you? Check in with your people, check in with yourself.
Right.
So, Benny, very happy to have you on, sir.
happy to be here.
Yeah, that's my final thought. So,
You got anything? I'll just kick it off with again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us, taking your time out of your day.
all right, too much praise. Fuck this nigga. I gotta say something negative.
But I guess my last call would be just following up. You know, just kind of your mental health shit. So I had to recently check my shit. You know, I going through ups and downs situations, but I just had this a couple days ago. I'm like, dude, I just went through another situation again, where it's like, I feel like, man, you just kind of put too much into people. You know what I mean? And I just felt, it's just kind of like, man, I was just like damn, I feel it's where I'm in a position where like, man, I feel like kind of played again, like I feel like I'm played, like I feel like I'm less than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I kind of had to bounce myself out of that, and it was like, man, like how long are you gonna let this happen? How long are you gonna let people treat you this way? And that's where I finally was like, all right, you know what? I'm blocking that shit out. Like I'm cutting out all the negativity in my life from here on out. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to be around it. I don't need it around me. And so so from here on out, I'm just on some positive energy shit. I don't want no negative shit. Like literally blocked all that shit out of my life. You know what I mean? So I don't want to, I don't want to deal with it no more. I don't need to. So I think in normalizing getting that negativity out of it's okay. Like, yeah, like I just wanted, like, it's okay. Like I felt shitty about it, but I feel great now. You know what I mean? Because I'm just all on some positive shit. So I just wanted to, that's my last call, like normalize getting the negativity out your life. It's okay.
Can I touch on that a little bit? It's funny that you said that because I literally saw a video last night. This guy, he was talking about how the brain works, and he was saying that the brain doesn't necessarily, or the mind really, it doesn't really focus on negativity unless you want it to.
Mm-hmm.
Like a skier, right? If a skier says, look out for, or don't hit a tree, all they're gonna think about is the tree. Yeah. But if they say, follow the path, then they're gonna follow the path. So to your point, is if you're not really focusing on the negativity, then it's just like, yeah. So I respect that.
Yeah, man.
Respect.
That's all I got.
All right, like work-wise, everything's pretty stable. So I think I'm just gonna start using some extra time to get, to get my presentation better with like teaching, doing some more side classes, and I'm just gonna play a lot of basketball, man. A lot of basketball. I'm trying to fight aging. Like I want to be like how I was like 5 years ago. So I'm really working hard.
You're like one of the healthiest niggas.
No, but it's different. It's different. Like when I'm playing. Like I left the game the other day because I was just pissed.
Oh yeah.
Shit wasn't going my way. So like, as like my daughter goes back to school, we're gonna add a couple more pickup days. And honestly, like outside of work and I guess my social life, like I'm just trying to hoop. I love playing ball. Like I'm just trying to hoop more.
Benny and I hoop every week. We hoop every morning.
Nice.
One day. Probably gonna start ramping up to 2. For me.
Yeah, I gotta be like 3-4. I'm gonna do a league. I'm trying to hoop.
You're right.
I do not play ball. I don't. So it's not me. But good for y'all. Two times a week, that's a lot. Especially getting up there. So that's what like to y'all.
36, man. 37 February.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not.
I'm a low-key old head, but
Can't tell.
Can't tell.
Man, it's in great shape.
I try to fight that shit.
They say black don't crack. Shit is facts. So, all right then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Symposium Podcast, episode 34. We greatly appreciate y'all for joining us. Usually I say E, but Benny, is there anything that you want to say to people before we go?
Just keep listening, tell your friends. Or, even if you gotta take somebody's phone, hit subscribe, just do it. Help these people up.
Also, you gonna see these around the city.
Oh yeah, we got stickers.
The QR code on there, so you're gonna see these around the city.
That's what we need. Scan that.
Get your listening on, alright?
Yeah. E, anything else you want to say to people?
Good, man. We're good.
All right. Appreciate y'all. On that note, we out.
Yeah.